It's uncertain as to the perspective in which this song is told from, but for this song, it's also not particularly important as to who it's from, it's more so what it's about. So for now, if ever I need to speak about the perspective, let's just say that for the sake of the video, that it's from RWBY since she's the main character. But like I said, it's not exactly important to this song. Making its debut in Volume 2, Chapter 4, Painting the Town, Die is about how the war between everyone, the humans and Faunus, Ozpin and Salem, has been ruining Remnant and how it is going to get everyone killed.
It was just fine, we lived in peace, looked to a happy ending. The days were bright, they shine like gold, every step ascending. Our dream came true, our path was clear, the moon was safely from above.
Everything of course starts with peace. It's unknown as to what or when in time this peace that is being talked about was. It could be way in the past, the Great War led to a time of peace afterwards, or perhaps it could be events that have yet to play out, foreshadowing such things. But that life of peace is what everyone wants, a happy life, a happily ever after. Everything was good, life and society was progressing, people knew what their purpose was. Once again, assuming this is RWBY, her life before wanting to become a huntress may have been a happier time with Yang and Tai. Her path eventually led to wanting to be a huntress. She knew what she wanted to do. The moon also gets brought up. While the significance has always been a mystery even as of the making of this video, the moon is a big factor in this song and the show. A smile is usually associated as a good, kind-hearted gesture. Villains tend to not smile, primarily for the emphasis that they're the villain, but what is very easily associated as a well-intended person isn't always. People have ulterior motives, so they will trick you so they can benefit themselves. When Cinder, Emerald, and Mercury snuck in the beacon, you saw them put on a smile and be nice to RWBY and everyone because they had an ulterior motive. They weren't distraught that they double-crossed them, it was just another thing that they did. You'd think that someone with a beating heart would also have a place there for mankind, but not everyone is that way. Not everyone thinks or feels the same. When you look around, you see all the hate and evil people there are, that it sometimes looks like there's more bad out there than good, as if everyone has their own ulterior motives. The unique thing about this line is we don't know whether or not it's talking about Salem or Ozpin. You would think that since it's revenge, and revenge is typically associated with evil, that Salem is the one being talked about. But we still don't know the relationship between Ozpin and Salem. What happened? Why is there this feud? And how did it all begin? But judging by this song, whatever happened hasn't healed over time, over 1,000 years. And because they both seek revenge on one another, all that happens is chaos as the return. You can feel the hate and despair from everyone, and since the Grimm work based on such emotions, this only escalates the problem. And once again, the moon is brought up, saying these actions may have been what destroyed the moon. However, it is completely unknown as of now, until the show gives us some details as to what actually happened and the relevance of the moon. Both sides, Ozpin and Salem, have machines of war. Salem has the Grimm, mindless creatures that feed on fear. Ozpin has essentially humanity. If you want to think literally, he has Ironwood, who has literally created machines to be used for war. But Ozpin has also created the Huntsmen, who are made to fight this fight. And when both sides have forces that continuously attack each other, it's fire going against fire. All it does is create an even bigger fire. Peace cannot be achieved when such actions are happening from everyone. But it doesn't stop there, because when someone gets a taste of power, their greed gets the better of them. I think the line that greed will only grow more lies refers to Ozpin saying, "You had a taste of power and being in control, and your greed got the better of you, because at first it was one lie, then two, then another and another, until you were too far down the rabbit hole to tell the truth. Peace has gone away, because now there is only war and conflict, and we're all going to die."
Where did it go? A peaceful youth seems to be gone forever. And in its place, a life of war. Every truth that's severed.
Someone's youth is usually associated with a lot of fun or innocent events. But instead of such normalities now, you have war. The youth of Remnant don't have such luxuries because every truce that was had, whether it be through kingdoms or person truces, have been severed, leaving few that can be trusted, and the innocent must deal with it.
We live our lives watching our backs, unknowing who to trust or fear. The hate just swallows all the love, and all the truth will disappear.
The way things used to be seem to have changed. They can still live their lives, but they're constantly watching their back to see if someone is trying to kill them. The people can no longer take someone at their word that they're telling the truth because of how many lies that there are. Should the people be fearing Ozpin or Salem, or even both of them because all the truth has been hidden away? They don't know who is trustworthy or who really should be the one to be feared.
Lost in light. Seems our dreams and peace have all been left behind. It's often said my clouds are always silver lined, but the future's looking bleak, and the storm is set to rise.
White clouds aren't always silver lined. Not everything is all sunshine and rainbows. Just because there's a white cloud doesn't mean that good times are on its way. By the looks of it, it's only getting worse. Everyone that is wrapped up in this, as described, is lost and blind. They don't know what it is they're fighting for, only what they're going against. And because of how lost they are, they're blind as to what they're truly doing, and the future isn't looking good because of it. Not a very optimistic note to go out on, but I guess that's only to strengthen the statement that is trying to be made. Whoever may be speaking isn't trying to instill hope, but is rather pessimistic, saying, "We're all gonna die. It's time for us to die because the world is awful." I know I said for the sake of the video we'll assume it's told from RWBY's perspective, but even I think that this is too pessimistic for her, even as far as the songs go. But it is more so about the message, not the person giving it. It affects a lot more people than just the messenger. But somehow with this song, it's not very shocking, to be honest. It seems more so a "this is the world we live in" type song rather than a "this is my perspective on the world" type song. Whomever the song may have been delivered by, I think it's safe to say that the war between Ozpin and Salem has definitely changed the way the people of Remnant live their lives. So that was the breakdown and meaning of Die. What do you guys think, and whose perspective do you believe this is told from? Be sure to let me know down in the comments, subscribe if you're interested in more content like this, follow me on all social medias, and I'll see you in the next video.